Welcome back to Boring Reviews.
Boring land.
Oh, just kidding.
Blasphemer! Hello, right. Boring Review Nation!
Kind of pointless.
We know all things.
What up, and welcome back to Boring Reviews. Jodi here.
Nick here.
And today we are reacting to another...
Mitchell and Webb. That's the new Boring Land. Mitchell and Webb. I'm pretty sure I saw it in their intro to their TV show in the UK.
And with that, we are watching the episode called Discoverer.
Discoverer. Discoverer. So, if you are a discoverer, what are you a discoverer of? I want to know. You can be a discoverer of anything.
I was a discoverer of my love for crochet and reading.
Crochet reading?
That's what I discovered, crochet and reading, and how much I love it.
And reading. I thought you meant like reading about people crocheting.
No. I discovered my crochet for reading and crochet. I discovered my love, for reading and crocheting. It's pretty intense. I also am discovering my love for free skating.
Yes, you got some free skates.
Mm-hmm.
They must be a fantastic business model for how much they charge for those bad boys. I like to discover movies always. I don't care what it is, Netflix, Prime Video, whatever. Put it on, and I love to watch a movie while I'm working. The worst thing is when it's actually a really good movie, because then no work gets done because I'm just watching that bad boy. But if you're not familiar with Mitchell and Webb, they're a dynamic duo, if you will, comedy team from the UK. Several different shows, Peep Show, Mitchell and Webb. David Mitchell's got his soapbox and so much more. In one of the soapboxes, he was actually making fun of those videos without us really realizing those were his videos, so I thought that was kind of cool. And with this one, Discover, it's a new one for us to check out. Haven't seen it before. If you like our reaction to this, or more importantly, if you like Mitchell and Webb, you can check out some other reactions we have of their content. But we're going to check this one out. If you like our reaction anyway, please don't forget to
like and subscribe. Over 90% of you guys have not been subscribing. Please do so. It helps our channel out so much. And go ahead and hit that notification bell so you can be aware of our next uploaded videos.
And we would love you forever. Was that genuine? I don't know. Here we go.
Truly, this is an historic day. Their gracious majesty's confidence in humble Columbus is vindicated. There is a western route to the Indies. And therefore, I hereby name these islands the West Indies.
East Indies.
What?
East Indies, surely.
What are you talking about? We sailed west to find them, didn't we? They're to the west of us. Therefore, they're the West Indies.
Yeah, but I thought the whole point was that we were proving that the world is a globe. So, if these truly are the Indies, which incidentally is something else I'd quite like to talk to you about at some point, but assuming they are the Indies, then there must be the East Indies. The most easterly point of the Indies. Do you see?
Do you see this?
It's your hat.
What kind of hat?
Captain's hat.
What does that make me?
Captain.
Yes, it does. And what does that make these?
The West Indies.
Bingo.
What does that make these?
So, Sir Walter, the new world lies at our feet. And have you given any thought, I wonder, as to what to call it?
We shall name it, of course, after our beloved Queen.
Oh, yes, of course. Sorry, sir.
Let it pass and hail to this glorious land, Virginia. What?
Who's Virginia?
Why, the Queen of England, you dog.
Oh, right. Except, I don't know how to put this, but she's not called Virginia, is she? She's called Elizabeth.
I'm well aware of that, but she is, I trust you will agree, a virgin.
Yeah, as far as I know. I mean, I'm sure she is, but do we really want to name a country after that fact?
Well, why not?
What's it?
Seriously?
So rude.
Well, you know, to other nations, bringing up the fact that our Queen's never done it seems a bit personal. They might not want to know.
Okay, well, maybe I'll have a think about it. Oh, hang on. Remind me, who's the captain?
You are.
And whose boat is it?
Your boat.
Yeah, and who is it that decides what we call the, you know...
You do.
Do I?
Yes.
Do I really?
Yes.
Welcome to Virginia.
Welcome to Virginia.
Captain, the Lord has delivered us to a truly wondrous land. Lush subtropical plains stretching as far as the eye can see. It's 90 degrees in the shade, even though it's November. There are herds of 7-foot-tall, two-legged creatures bouncing across the landscape at tremendous speeds.
Yes. Do you know where it reminds me of? Wales.
Wales? really, sir.
Oh, yes. Do you think?
What, the vast terra incognita with fauna and flora hitherto undreamt of by sights puts you in mind of nothing so much as Rill?
No, of course not. Not North Wales. That's ridiculous. It's nothing like North Wales. No, South Wales, of course. The resemblance is uncanny.
Right. Does this mean you're going to name it what I think you're going to name it?
Well, I don't know. Remind me, who's the captain?
You are.
And who's got the captain's hat, the captain's table, the captain's cabin, and the captain's log?
You have all of them, sir.
Well, I tell you what, number one, you're an ambitious man. Why don't you decide what we call it?
I think we should call it New South Wales.
Good name.
You kidding me? Good name.
Greenland?
Whatever!
Yes. Yes. Oh, that was so good. That was hilarious. Okay, now here comes my not knowing anything. Do you know Australia was called New South Wales?
Okay, people are going to kill us. I was seriously thinking that whole time. I feel like I've heard of New South Wales. I have no idea where that is.
It's an Australian state. Oh my gosh. How interesting, because you hear about New York, New Jersey, just here in the States, New Hampshire, all that kind of stuff.
And we have New England. Our whole East Coast is called New England.
Right, exactly, right? So you hear about that all the time. But New South Wales. Like, this is the New South Wales. I mean, that's like new bottom left corner of California, for crying out loud. Which you would say, yes, I get it, Southwestern. But still, just the name, that's hilarious. It's a southeastern Australian state distinguished by its coastal cities and national parks. Sydney is its capital. There you go, Australia. Another reason for you to hate me. Had no idea. Now, I've heard that name before, but don't know where.
Yeah.
Didn't know it was an Australian state.
I've heard of it too, but I didn't realize that either. But I bet, like, when we hear about Sydney, we probably heard about New South Wales because of Sydney. Greenland is
That's so funny.
hilarious with all that snow. I mean,
whatever.
Everybody's heard the story, and who knows how accurate it is, but I've heard it from so many different people. But, like, you know how, who was it, like... The Vikings,
right?
Yeah, I want to say it was the Vikings wanted to keep the land, so they called Iceland, Greenland icing, hoping people would want to go to Greenland. Yeah. Even though, like, although it's a huge country, like, nobody lives there, just a very small population, because it's so cold.
When I think there's another theory possibly, too, where whoever was the first to go there, they just happened to inhabit, like, on a small little chunk that was happening to be green at that time. And so they called it. There's different theories. I remember reading this passage with my students about the different theories about it. Yeah. But I think what you said is probably the most closest, more accurate, more popular known theory of where the names come from. Because, I mean, come on.
Yeah.
And I learned that for the first time watching Mighty Ducks 2, where he's on a date with this girl from Iceland. And he's like, so wait, Iceland's green? She's like, yeah, it's very green. And Greenland's very icy? Absolutely. I remember thinking to myself as a kid, mind blown.
I've always wanted to go to Iceland, but that place does not warm up very much. I mean...
She checks the temperature quite often.
Of a lot of places. Like,
she'll tell me randomly, oh, it's great weather right now in Iceland. Okay, we're not going, are we?
No, there's Iceland. There's several places in England, Scotland, 2 places in Ireland, got 2 places in Denmark, Sweden.
Speaking of Ireland.
I've got quite a few places that I check the weather. You just, you never know when you need to know.
You never know when you're in a pinch and your country calls you to become a new spy and you have to travel to New South Wales to see what's going on. We're going to add that to her weather keeper tracker app. Absolutely. Why not? More the merrier.
And Paris. I do check the weather in Paris. I just had to add that. Keep going.
Howdy. This was a fantastic video. This made me laugh. I love the whole setup. I loved how it was going. I love how it's like, we're really going to name this country on a random kind of awkward fact of our queen. She's a virgin, isn't she? Do we want everyone to know that?
You mean Elizabeth?
I hate to break it to you. This was absolutely hilarious. Absolutely loved it. Thanks so much for watching. If you want any more from us to react to Mitchell Webb, just let us know which videos you want us to check out. And please don't forget to like and subscribe. Until next time.
Bye.